Friends, Romans, countrymen, the great revenue selfie tour of 2023 has now ended, but another one shall return. I am driving up to Vancouver, so if you would like me to take a selfie with you, let me know. Where are you located? Do you have an extra room I could stay at? And I will trade you strategy and growth stuff for chicken and a place to sleep. Had a great time visiting my friend Steve Ayer in Salt Lake City. Amazing chicken, great family, and I redid a lot of his positioning. I don't know if he's going to use it, but we had a lot of fun. Same thing with Sam Senior. Redid a lot of test box positioning. Had a blast. But today, I don't want to talk about any of that. What I want to talk about is a concept I'm coining called product market pain. And this is a riff on product market fit. The way that we think about product market fit today, I think, is very binary. It's like, do we have product market fit or not? And really, this is more of a spectrum, because if you think about what product market fit looks like, it should be hard and then very easy. If it's hard and then hard, it's a problem. So I'm going to walk through a heuristic that I am using here to determine product market pain, and it's a continuum. So let's dive in. Let's move my little circle here. I got my iPad, so I'm going to give you a kind of a, oh, that's not what I want. I don't want that color. Hold on. I'm just sort of learning how to use the iPad. I'm not good at it. All right, great. So this is a continuum, product market pain. It's okay. You know that I could be a doctor one day because I write like this. So no product market pain, high product market pain. All right, let's switch to text so you can read what I'm saying. This is like in the high product market pain category, basically okay titles, generic, GENER, generic messaging. This fails miserably. Let's actually just stick to my handwriting. You'll just have to forgive me. Okay, so generic, let's do GENE. Generic messaging. Generic targeting. This is you don't really target amazing titles. They're not perfect for you. They're not the best sort of scoring here. And then early product. And this is 5 to 7% positive replies. So this is if you do generic messaging, generic targeting, and you have early product, and you're getting 5 to 7% on cold outbound. You have high product market pain. That means that you are really needed in the market. Oh, look, I've got spa water. Jealous. All right, no product market pain. This is perfectly refined titles. And that means if you generally pull an operations title or a head of customer support title or a whatever, there's going to be some splash in those titles when you really pull them in the real world. And you look at those titles and you go through manually and you look through a list of let's say 1,000, and you're these are my absolute perfect titles at the perfect companies. Perfect targeting. And this is granular. So in TestBox case, when we found out that we didn't have a good fit, one of the things that we looked at was who installed all the tools that they support when they installed them. So we perfectly knew when their renewal cycle was coming up, right? So that's like perfect targeting. Like let's do ultra specific messaging. Now, this is really hard because you have to know exactly what you're selling. So this is this is a challenge. And then I would say there's like this other category that's like mid market uninterested. I really like earlier folks targeting the mid-market because the mid-market is a place where people have to innovate. You have a lot of responsibilities. If you're at these larger corporations, it's really hard to determine like right titles. It's really hard. Like this is hard to do at enterprise. This is hard to do at enterprise. Like the messaging is a little bit hard to do. So this mid-market heuristic is really, really helpful for determining if you have product market pain. And so you do all of the perfect refined targeting, perfect messaging. Oh, I should say like this too is like this 1,000 number is kind of the magic number here. It's enough to know if you have this, right? And so you can start to play around with these variables, play around with the titles you're targeting, play around, and this is like company. And the company targeting, really, it's really important to understand what are the companies that we're targeting and why are we targeting them? So we talked about the test box case as a perfect example. So you got your titles. You've manually looked at that list of 1,000. You're like, Jordan, these are absolutely perfect. You get your company targeting right, and you're like, yes, Jordan, I know that these are great. Your messaging talks about basically the perfectly refined targeting. So why you think they're a fit. In test box case, it's like your Zendesk renewal is coming up, and this thing has changed in the world about why Zendesk is or isn't a good fit. It doesn't actually matter what the tool is. I just made Zendesk up, but you really want to play around with that targeting. And then what is the ultra specific messaging? Why them? Why now? And it's just like so critical. But that's the thing, is that if you get all these right, you're targeting mid market. You've got specific messaging, specific targeting, the right titles, and I guess there's some like good technical setup. And this is like deliverability. If your email deliverability is good, like low bounces, that kind of stuff. If you do all of these things, like if you do this, ultra specific, mid-market, good technical setup, and then if you do all that right and you're seeing a less than 1% pause reply rate, you have like bad product market pain. And so what you're really trying to do is understand where you exist on this continuum, because if you think about this like a hill, it goes like this. Let's talk about it as a hill. Like how hard it is to grow and get to millions in ARR. So basically, as you approach this side of the graph, you just have to do way, way, way more. And as you get closer to low product market pain, there's just not a business there. And the place that like this is like this is good. If you have, oh sorry, you can't see this. This is actually like weirdly a good place to be, because like pivot. It's like you should pivot. You should pivot. If you're doing all this kind of amazing stuff, and you're just not, you're getting super low response rates, people aren't interested. If this is also, this is like the perfect place to be. This is danger. This is the danger zone right here. This is like super dangerous because it all works okay. And so if it works okay, you're like getting 3% positive reply. What you need to do in this danger zone, I should just delete all this. Let's go full screen. What you need to do in this danger zone is actually, you need to drastically play around with all those variables. Is your targeting right? Is your messaging right? Does the product need a, like, take your existing customers? What are your existing super crazy happy customers that love you, say, and get way better with your titles, your targeting, your messaging? So take what the crazy high customers are saying and adjust accordingly and test that. And if you can't start to see signal after you do that, so basically after you move over on that graph to sort of the best hypothesis about high market pain, then you need to pivot at a wider degree. You need to go way further away from your core to see if you can find high product market pain. There was this growth leader at Samsara that said something really, Max Rancourt, he said something really interesting to me. He said, Jordan, we don't test, like with our A/B testing, we don't test like, oh, we'll change the color of the button. We test like 2 dramatically different landing pages. And we only use the one, we only switch off our default page if we have a huge bump in conversions. And so if you're doing all the best type of stuff and you're getting nothing, then you need you need a drastic pivot. If you're doing almost nothing and you're killing it, like, lean in, just keep scaling. Don't worry about, oh, well, you have other problems, bigger problems in product market fit, which is good. The middle zone where you're sort of getting tepid responses is dangerous because you're tempted to want to stay there or to try to like make tweaks along the edges. Do not do that. I think instead what you need to do is refocus on the customer and then do better targeting with better titles, better companies, and double down on getting way more granular. And when you do that thing, don't find a tremendous increase in response, you need to pivot hard and really stray from the core that you're doing because you took the best idea from the best customers, and what you found is there's just not a market there. There's not a really big market with perfect messaging because people do not blame the channel. It's not the channel. If people have a problem, they will respond. And if it's a problem that's drastically underserved, they will respond. And if you have customers that are raving about it through, beg, borrow, steal, that you've got them, that likely means that there's a market there. But the size of that market really is kind of what happens when you do all these like really much, much better targeting titles, etc., and you're not getting responses. Well, that means that the market's probably not big. So product market pain, the great, you do like a bunch of really shitty stuff and it works exceptionally well. You do a bunch of amazing stuff and it works terribly. Those are both great places to be in because you need to get away or you should just double down. It's the middle that's really dangerous where you're seeing some signs of life that you need to go back to the customers that have had amazing experiences. If you haven't had any, huge red flag. If you have seen really big challenges there, that's when you need to figure out, if I improve my go-to-market, can I get a 5x, 10x better response? If I do that and I don't get that, there's not a market there. I can't just pivot 10 degrees, 5 degrees. I need to pivot 90 degrees or 180 degrees maybe to try something drastically different. All right. I hope this is helpful. The Great Revenue Selfie Tour of 2023 will continue in a couple of months. If you're on the Pacific Northwest, let me know. Anywhere in California, California. I changed my units. California, Oregon, Washington, or the left part of Canada. Let me know. I would love to see you. Thanks so much for watching this egregiously long video. 15 minutes. Really? Are you going to be here 15 minutes? Bye, everyone. Have a great Tuesday.